Shakespeare's play Julius Caesar is a tragedy and history play about the assassination of Julius Caesar and the resulting civil war in Rome. First performed in 1599, it is known to be the first play to have been performed at the Globe Theatre. While there are many compelling characters in the play, such as Brutus, Cassius, Antony, and Caesar himself, I would like to focus on a group of characters that appear without a name. The plebeians in the play are either called by their occupation, such as carpenter or cobbler, or they appeared as numbered, such as first plebeian, second plebeian, and third plebeian. While they are a nameless group, the plebeians greatly influence the events of the play. In this video, I will examine the characteristics of the plebeians by focusing on the scenes where the plebeians appear. The opening scene with the tribunes Flavius and Morellus, the forum scene, and the scene with Cinna the poet. First, the opening scene. The tribune Flavius starts to play with the words, "Hence, home, you idle creatures, get you home. Is this a holiday?" in Act 1, Scene 1. Although it is not a holiday, the plebeians are idle. They are walking around in their best clothes instead of working. The cobbler tells the tribunes that they are celebrating Caesar's triumph. Caesar had defeated the sons of Pompey the Great, who was one of the triumvirates that ruled Rome with Caesar and Crassus. This battle, the Battle of Munda, was the final battle of the Roman civil war between Pompey and Caesar. Morellus tells the plebeians that they have nothing to celebrate, as Caesar did not conquer a foreign enemy and therefore does not bring any benefits to Rome. Then he scolds the plebeians, reminding them that they once worshipped Pompey but now are celebrating Caesar's triumph over Pompey's sons. The plebeians disappear after hearing this, and Flavius believes that the tribunes managed to make the plebeians feel guilty about their fickleness. However, right in Act 1, Scene 2, the plebeians are heard cheering loudly when Caesar is offered the crown on the feast of Lupercal. Act 1, Scene 1 shows that even though the tribunes are elected among the plebeians, they do not represent what the plebeians want. Instead, they want opposite things. The tribunes want to stop Caesar from becoming a solitary leader, but the plebeians support Caesar's surge of power. Moreover, the opening scene shows how easily the support of the plebeians can sway from one side to another, which is also exemplified in the forum scene. Second, the forum scene. The forum scene in Act 3, Scene 2 is famous for the speeches of Brutus and Antony. At Caesar's funeral in the marketplace, Brutus intends to justify the conspirators' murder of Caesar. On the other hand, although he promised not to blame the conspirators in his speech, Antony plans to move the plebeians to mutiny. Brutus first gives a speech explaining that he murdered Caesar, not that he loved Caesar less, but that he loved Rome more. He claimed that he had to murder Caesar because Caesar was too ambitious, and that if Caesar lived, Romans would have lost their freedom. His speech mainly appeals to spiritual values such as honor, liberty, and love for Rome. The plebeians cheer for Brutus after hearing the speech and agree that Caesar should have been killed. However, they do not seem to fully understand what Brutus said. Even though Brutus explained the reasons for murdering Caesar, the third plebeian shouts, "Let him be Caesar." After Brutus leaves the forum, Antony appears in the forum. As the plebeians are on Brutus's side, Antony states that he is there to bury Caesar, not praise him. However, in his speech, Antony refutes Brutus's claim that Caesar was ambitious with specific examples. Unlike Brutus's abstract speech, Antony appeals to the material gains that Caesar brought to Rome. He talks about the captives Caesar brought with his victory and the legacy left by Caesar's will. The 75 drachmas on Caesar's will promised to every Roman citizen moved the plebeians' hearts far more effectively than the ideals of the Roman Republic. In addition, Antony shows the plebeians the murdered body of Caesar, which emotionally stirs the plebeians. the plebeians switched from cheering for Brutus to calling conspirators traitors and vowing to set fire to their houses. It is revealed in Act 4, Scene 1 that Antony plans to cut off the legacies in Caesar's will for his own benefit, meaning that he manipulated the plebeians as a mere tool to create civil unrest. The forum scene shows the plebeians' stronger connection to materiality rather than spiritual values, and their easy manipulation by aristocrats. In addition, because of this mutiny, Brutus and Cassius are forced to escape Rome. As agents of rebellion, the plebeians stop the conspirators from gaining political hegemony. Lastly, the Bardside scene with Cinna the poet. In Acts 3, Scene 3, the plebeians tear Cinna the poet into pieces, simply because he has the same name as Cinna the conspirator. Although Cinna told them that he is Caesar's friend and that he is not Cinna the conspirator, the plebeians attack him anyway. This scene is one of the cruelest scenes of the play, and it shows the plebeians' tendency to resort to irrational violence when they are emotionally charged. The plebeians are interesting as they are an ironic presence in the play. Although they are portrayed as politically ignorant, violent, and fickle-minded, the plebeians greatly influence events with political importance. Patrician characters need to gain their support, which is why Caesar, Brutus, and Antony interact with them in the marketplace. While what consolidated the victory of Antony and Octavius was their victory on the battlefield, the plebeians' rebellion contributed to the conspirators' failure to gain power. However, even though the plebeians influenced the patricians' actions and decisions, they are also easily manipulated by patrician characters like Antony. Some scholars claim that Shakespeare's negative portrayal of the plebeians reflects his bias against the common people. However, other scholars such as Annabel Paterson refutes this perspective, claiming that Shakespeare portrayed the plebeian's voice as political and logical in Coriolanus, another Roman play written after Julius Caesar. This is the end of my video. Thank you for listening.